I'm Irene Wall, and I'm today representing the City Neighborhood Council. And Cary, Seattle was heralded for its innovation in citizen-led planning in the 1990s. Since then, neighborhood planning has drifted away from a comprehensive and grassroots effort to a staff-driven effort with a limited focus on upzoning to accommodate growth. Do you believe that current residents in Seattle's diverse neighborhoods should have more say over land use and zoning issues in their neighborhoods?
Definitely yes. I moved here in 1997, and my first job was to work with Pioneer Square to do their neighborhood plan. I completely believe in people-powered planning and neighborhoods taking authority for guiding the future of their neighborhood as they see fit. And I think it's tragic that we've drifted away from that over the last 2 decades. Jim Deers was a great guy. The whole process was well conceived and well organized, and I would totally be in favor of bringing that back and empowering neighborhoods to help guide their growth.
Right now, we are looking at comprehensive plan amendments that have been proposed, and there are several that are going to be a surprise to many of us that are being cooked up right now in City Hall. And they affect neighborhood plans. Do you believe that any comprehensive plan amendment that touches a neighborhood plan's goals and policies should be vetted by that group, and how would you accomplish that? How would you make sure that happened?
Yes, I think neighborhoods need to have input and involvement and participation in shaping their futures. And the process we have now, where we shut down the neighborhood councils because they were not functioning according to, they weren't meeting some of the principles, I think was a big mistake. I think we should have addressed those issues and figured out ways to solve the problems rather than shutting down the whole process. And so I believe rebuilding the neighborhood councils in a way that makes sure they're welcoming and inclusive and have equity and have a diverse balance and serve the needs of folks who might have less time for participation or less skill level at participation. We need to make that process work for everybody, so I would be in favor of recreating the neighborhood councils or reinstituting them with new policies and new procedures and new formats to be more inclusive, and then do the work there to review comprehensive planning at the neighborhood level.
So you would suspend any amendments to the comp plan until that had occurred?
I don't know enough details to know if they need to be suspended. I need to understand sort of the difference between what neighborhoods want and what's in the comp plan, and make that decision based on understanding that gap better.
Okay. Here's a specific example of that. If a neighborhood plan goals and policies, which, as you know, it's the goals and policies right now that are understood to be inviolate element of the comp plan. If those goals and policies say something like this: we do not want single-family zones upzoned, we have plenty of capacity in our other multifamily zones, should that policy be upheld? Or if there's a competition between that policy, well, we know there's a competition between a policy like that and the city's overall comprehensive plan policy, which policy has priority in your mind?
Well, you don't waste any time getting right to the meat of the matter, do you? So I totally understand the data that says there is enough capacity in neighborhoods to accommodate the growth as needed. And I also understand the need for neighborhoods, if we're going to build healthy communities with people of all different ages, income levels, stages of life, we do need to provide a mix of housing in neighborhoods so that we can accommodate folks just getting started and folks who are retiring but want to stay in the neighborhood. I want to make sure we have enough housing to support a healthy community with people at all stages and income levels, and I want to look at that against growth goals and look at that against zoning and make sure we're finding the right balance. And in some neighborhoods, it is possible that there doesn't need to be any upzoned to accommodate those changes, but we might just need to tweak the permitting process to accommodate more different types of housing, like backyard cottages possibly, or row houses, or low-rise multifamily instead of high-rise multifamily. So there might be subtle tweaks we could make that both meet the neighborhood goals to keep their character and keep their kind of the uniqueness of their neighborhood and their culture, while also accommodating folks who want to move there at different income levels and ages. So it sounds like I'm waffling, but I just want to
Yes,
say
it does.
it's more subtle. I mean, I do understand that some neighborhoods might not need to have any upzones to accommodate growth, and I want to look at that, but I also want to balance other issues.
Okay, well, the opportunity for that, of course, will be in the final environmental impact statement for the MHA, because right now that is not really attended to in the draft. But one other quick question. You mentioned neighborhood conservation. Tom Rasmussen had an idea before he resigned from the council about neighborhood conservation districts. And that would certainly involve neighbors getting together and making decisions. It would not necessarily obviate growth. That was a misconception. Do you believe in the idea of a neighborhood conservation district, like, say, the Pike Pine one?
Yeah, I think the idea is promising. I spent the evening last night at the Finney Ridge Farmers Market and been to that neighborhood a lot and really understand sort of the uniqueness of that neighborhood, how it works, and I think neighbors in a community understand that better than anybody, and putting forward ideas and talking about how do we preserve the culture and the character of this place that we all love so much is definitely worth pursuing.
Time's up. Thank you.
Cary?